Well, today's boardroom is really looking at the integrated transmission master plan. And the NEPAD agency was tasked last March by the ministers in charge of energy to come up with a study that will integrate all the 5 existing power pools. So our job here is to make sure that we send the message across in this meeting. And secondly is to make sure that we have the discussion in a very open and frank way, so that it's a joint collaboration between the NEPAD agency, the African Union Commission, the African Development Bank, and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, and all the regional economic communities and the power pools, because we have been tasked to come up with the terms of reference on that master plan study, and we have to conclude it so that it can serve at the next ministerial meeting in charge of energy in April 2019. So we have a huge task ahead. Well, it's a unique opportunity because the forum is about deals, and I mean, where best to be. It would have cost us huge amounts of money to travel across Africa and also to meet the different partners globally. And here today, we would have really concluded by the end of this meeting, we would have been able to meet all the stakeholders. The power pools are in the room. Most of the regional economic communities are in the room. Ourselves, the UNECA, ADB, of course, and also we have some of the DFIs and the multilateral development banks are in the room. So this is the best platform to have this discussion and conclude that yes, we will go ahead, we will develop the terms of reference, we will consult, and we will agree on a concept note that will be adopted by the ministers in charge of energy next year in April at their meeting. Oh, it's very possible. I mean, this is part of the program for infrastructure development in Africa. In 2020, we will complete the first phase, and in 2030, we'll move to the second phase, which will conclude with 2020-2030, and 2040 will be the final phase. So by 2040, we should have been able to talk about really optimizing energy market trade. But notwithstanding, I think if the study kicks off, hopefully in 2020, we should be able to make sure that the second phase of PIDA takes heavily and draws heavily on transmission and prioritizes transmission. In the first phase, we were very much prioritizing energy generation, but in the second phase, we want to prioritize energy transmission. And secondly, the Southern Africa Power Pool has done well. West Africa Power Pool is also doing well. We do have some challenges with the Central Africa Power Pool. So this study will allow all the power pools to really look at how best to optimize and also to bring electricity power generation tariff at a much lower rate as it is right now. I mean, it varies in countries like Ethiopia and Zambia. It's 4 cents per kilowatt hour, and you have it as high as 65 cents in Liberia. So a consolidated, interconnected continental transmission network is only best for Africa in terms of industrializing the continent.